how did like Craig T. Nelson like did you guys have to harass him to get his attention?
No.
Because even like Charlie Barron, you try to get in his DMs.
Yeah, no,
It's
it's not
tough.
through
So like, how
DMs.
do you get to? Obviously, you didn't DM him, but like, how do you like? Obviously, reach out to agents and all that. Was
Yep.
that really hard to do for someone big
Yeah,
like him?
yeah. It's like it was right place, right time kind of thing. We had a casting, these two ladies there, they were our casting directors. They took us on as kind of like they had a gap in their schedule and they thought the project was kind of interesting. So they said, we can help you guys out, try to do the main casting parts. And so then, yeah, they said, who do you guys want? And we were like, we want Craig T. Nelson. And they were like, okay, guys, like, we're already doing you a favor by helping you out. Like, who else do you guys want? And so we had looked, Forey Smith from Yellowstone was interesting, or Chris Cooper. But the truth, we just said, we feel like Craig is the perfect role for this. He especially for the Midwest audience, like they all grew up we all grew up watching him coach.
Yeah.
And then the younger generation knows him from Parenthood. Like he spans the full gamut of audiences, which is kind of amazing, to see. Like, you'll see a 10-year-old kid going bananas for him from Young Sheldon. It's like, it's just crazy. So, but yeah, the next day, so they kind of obligatory, they just said, okay, we'll pass it to him. And we said, okay, great. And it was the next day they called us and they're like, you guys, we cannot believe this, but he wants to talk to you. And that was crazy, just hopping on a Zoom with this guy you've looked at your whole life.
Yeah.
And that was, yeah, but he signed on. Like, after that conversation, he goes, I'm going to do this project with you guys. We got a few things to figure out, just like timing, how much cash you have, that kind of stuff. But he's like, I'm going to do this with you guys. And I was like, I cried, to be honest. I wept.
Yeah.
So, it's a
That's
dream come
awesome.
true. Yeah, it's a dream come true. It's like, not
Yeah.
everybody gets that kind of thing.
Craig T. Nelson is like me and my wife watch Coach.
Mm.
Like tonight, I'll watch it every night because like my wife likes to watch old shows like before bed because you're
Yep.
not nothing near like dialed in, do something you've seen 100 times, kind of
Yep.
just
Yep.
chill. And it's usually Coach,
Yeah.
and I absolutely love him. Like even seeing him when I was at Lambeau Field and he like
Did you get a
was
picture with him?
speak. No, I didn't. I didn't get that close. But
Man,
but
you should have tapped me and been like, "Hey, give me a quick pic or something."
yeah, I didn't want to be a bother because like everything was happening over there. But
Yeah.
yeah, even seeing him speak, I got a little video of him as
Mm.
he was speaking. He's just the man. He's so
Yeah.
good, and I think it's cool that he's in this movie because like you hear about actors doing like passion projects or like something that they
Yep.
really believe in, or they it's not all about the money on everything because
Yeah.
I'm sure he's doing well in that area.
Yeah,
But
he's doing okay. Yeah, he's
I
good.
would
He's
assume.
surviving.
So he was telling this story though that like you only had one camera.
Yeah.
You, do you want to tell that story where he was like, no, no,
Yeah.
no, we need another one?
Yeah. Well, because he hadn't done an indie movie. I don't remember since he was, like 40 years old. This has been a long time. So he's just been on like Hollywood's, studio lots doing the big stuff, big movies like Book Club, all that kind of. And so he shows up to Wisconsin here and he sees, me and my pals, and we got
Yeah.
one camera. I mean, it's a nice camera. Don't get me wrong. Like, it was Panavision. It's the real deal. But,
Yeah.
he, on day two, he pulled me aside and he was like, hey, where's the other camera, that you guys would be shooting with, to do, because you're filming one direction and then you flip it around and you film the other way. He's like, why don't we just shoot one at each? And I was like, we can't afford that. I was like, I gotta pay then a whole nother camera operator. I gotta rent a whole nother camera for 20 days. I was like, we don't got that. And he's like, well, can you just figure it out with my people? Like, I'll do whatever we need to do. Let's just get another camera here, because I think it would help what we're making. Like, it's already awesome. Let's keep like putting the gas pedal on it. And I was like speechless. I was like, I don't know what to say to that, man. Like, you didn't have to do this project. I mean, we could have made a big piece of crap film, for him, and he would have wasted
Yeah.
a whole month and a half of his life. And but here he is, like, coming out, taking a flyer on people who've never made a real movie before, and rolling around in independent film Wisconsin and on dairy farms. It's real there. And And then he just like buys us a second camera. You know, I was like, what am I supposed to say to that? He just like lavished us just through. It was like whatever you guys want. And
That's
so
awesome.
yeah, we've developed a really sweet friendship from it. He'll call me every couple months and be like, what's the next project we're gonna do? And I'm like, I gotta pay this one off to the investors and get ready for the next one. So we got, you know, because I would love to. He's just such an awesome guy, and his experience and how he, you know, how he interacts with everybody, just it elevates the whole thing. Everybody loves him.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know all the history of every actor on the movie, but I assume like
Yeah.
having someone like him, like a
Yeah.
lot of actors. I watch a lot of interviews with like my favorite actors,
Okay.
and they always say like the first time working with Nicholson or like different
Yeah.
actors, where it was like, oh my goodness, like I think it lifts everyone up and like makes everyone better. And I'm
Yeah.
sure he's given some tips. Maybe I don't like I say I don't know.
Yeah.
Some of the actors might have been veteran actors. I'm not trying to say it's
Yeah.
like, but I'm
No,
sure
it was
that helps a lot.
yeah, it was cool. He would do this thing where, you know, an actor, because we don't have enough time to do real rehearsals on an
All right.
independent film. You're getting like people are driving up from Chicago because you afford them for one day. They like get there in the morning, they're in wardrobe, and then they like throw them out the door to us, and we're like, all right, here we go, and action. And but he would go up to him. You know, they would come out of wardrobe and hair and makeup and stuff, and Craig would go up to him and he would just start improv. He'd be like, hey, come here, and he would just start jumping into lines with them, and they would be thrown off because, you know, it's Craig, but then now they're like he's asking him to like act and riff
Yeah, on
with
the
them. It was
spot.
pretty cool. It was really special, and it, like you're saying, it just elevated. They were all of a sudden now like in pro mode with him, you know, like, okay, let's do this. So it was pretty awesome.